On the horizon, thick smoke billows from a sabotage gas pipeline. This is the war zone that Homs has become. We are in Baba Amro, a neighborhood that's endured constant shelling, where civilians are killed and wounded every day. A 30-year-old man lies on the brink of death after shrapnel hit him in the head.
He had brain matter that actually came out of the wound last night.
I couldn't really do anything for him, Dr. Muhammad says. I just stitched him up to keep the brain matter in and inserted a tube. It's actually a nasal tube to suction the blood. He will die if he doesn't get out. Dr. Muhammad is one of only 2 doctors here. His specialty is internal medicine. The other doctor is actually a dentist. 36-year-old Murhab's arm is attached by a few muscles only. I just went out to take out the trash. I saw that the shelling had quieted down, he recalls. I had hardly stepped out the door when I heard a massive sound. The father of 3 tried to get his wife and children out of the area, but he says government forces turned them back. In a weak voice, he implores, "We are begging all countries in the world, please get involved." Mohammed Noor also tried to escape but wasn't allowed through the checkpoints. He says he was hit by a tank round after running to help those wounded in a rocket attack in front of his house.
The doctor is just saying that this is a patient that has to get outside of Baba Amro within 24 hours or else his leg most definitely is going to need to be amputated. And the doctor was also pointing out how at this point you can smell the rot coming from the wound. This patient has been lying here like this for 4 days now.
The feeling of helplessness in the face of such suffering is overwhelming. We've lost all feeling, Muhammad says. There is no value to life. The rockets just rain down. Dr. Muhammad can't hold back the tears. This is a case that survived, he says. Most cases we get like this, they die within an hour or 2 because we can't do anything for them.
This is how they have to move around just a short distance to get from one location to the other where they have the patient.
6 patients were killed in this building after a strike. The shelling is relentless.
What they've had to do, because the clinics keep getting targeted, is try to distribute the patients around. So they have a number of houses in the vicinity where they also have these makeshift clinics as well.
In what was a living room, one man groans as he shows us his wound. Next to him, another patient, struggling to speak as well. He initially traces the shape of a tank on the wall and then communicates through crude drawings.
This here is Abbad, and he's been drawing, trying to explain to us what happened because he's in so much agony he can't speak. He is one of the cameramen who goes out, risks his life all the time. It's some of his clips that we constantly see posted to YouTube and broadcast. And he's been drawing 2 tanks and explaining how he was moving down the street across from them when they fired at him. He's also got a severe head injury. His skull has been cracked, and the nurse is just saying that he's suffering from internal bleeding as well.
Lying in the room nearby, 19-year-old Aboudi is barely hanging on, wounded when the clinic was hit a few days ago. Among those treating him is 27-year-old Noura, who, like Aboudi, is a volunteer. There is a team of 20 volunteers now on the medical front lines after just 15 days of training. I swear to you, he's just a youngster, Noura cries, her voice filled with anguish. He came here to help people, and now he needs help. No one is equipped to deal with the scale of the casualties, an average of 60 wounded a day, not to mention the rising death toll. These are humans, Noura says, her voice trembling. They are not stone. And all they want to know is how many have to die before some sort of help arrives. Arwa Damon, CNN, Homs, Syria.
More sad news out of Homs. Since Ara was in that makeshift clinic, the 19-year-old featured in her story has died.